Alright, replay review. Dshire, KissBlade on Valla. We've got Stitches, Tassadar, Morales, Diva and Valla versus Diablo, Mephisto, Gazlo, Rhaegar, and Raynor. So Valla, of course, is basically a League ADC you stuck into HOTS. Fantastic scaling, fantastic damage, fantastic mobility, self-sustain, life steal. Can absolutely 1v5 games if you are good at her. Arguably one of the best ranged DPS at the moment. Very good, just brawl or hit things constantly, do damage, make things die. Comp setup, first impressions. Stitches with Valla is a little awkward. Stitches wants to play back, look for hooks, get picks. Usually he can sort of go into a more sustainy frontline role, but it's not amazing. If he takes Bile, I don't know, we'll see. So, meanwhile, Valla wants someone who's up there, can protect her, can zone for her, give her space to pew-pew stuff. Morales is fantastic, though. Valla wants people who can support her, keep her healed, keep her protected while she pew-pew stuff. Valla or Morales wants someone to support, to keep healed, to keep protected while they pew-pew stuff. Fantastic synergy, and Stim Drone adds to that even more. Uh, Offlane is Diva versus Gazlo. Diva should be clearing fine. Probably outclears Gazlo. I'm not actually sure the exact timings. I don't think anyone has a. I don't think even if Gazlo clears faster, which I would kind of doubt, he certainly shouldn't do so notably faster. He will win point though. Diva can't really contest him in a 1v1. So Diva's not winning point. You're only going to win point if you can gank, and you don't really have any gankers, so you're not really playing for top. Diva's plan is to just keep waves cleared, look to pick up mid, etc., etc., prevent Gazlo from pushing in too far. As well, you do have a Tassadar with you who can clear waves, and this is great between Diva and Tassadar. Again, assuming good play. You should be perfectly free to just run it down, keep pew-pewing people for stacks, for damage, for sustain, make them die. So, decent support for Volv with Tassadar and Morales, pretty good. On the enemy team side, there's not much to threaten you. You out-trade Raynor. Raynor doesn't do that much damage. Mephisto is interesting. I'll talk about him in a second. Diablo is really the only threat on you, as far as, like, this can kill you if you're not careful, like, straight up. But, so it's just make sure you just gotta watch for Diablo. Don't get wall banged, 5 head. That's kind of it. If you don't get wall banged, you can just eat Diablo for breakfast, especially post 16 with Manticore. Um, Rhaegar also has low healing before 13, which is great. That means all your pew-pews are going to be pew-pewing even more permanently. Very good. Mephisto is an interesting hero I did not expect to see here, because he is not picked very often, which is a shame. He is a very good hero, very underrated in my opinion. Quite strong. He really likes sustained brawls with a lot of people where he can keep going in, keep getting resets off of his straight, keep casting abilities, keep getting value. And if he does that, he's actually very good at that. If he gets that, he's quite effective. He even has some decent wave clear if he needs to. Um, Now, on this map, there's not a lot of full-on 5v5 brawls, so he might have trouble there, but you also kind of want full-on brawls. So you've got people on both sides who are good at that. Kind of just come down to who executes better. You do have Stitches for Mephisto. Stitches is kind of like a sword counter. Not, it's less effective the better Mephisto is, because it kind of requires Mephisto to position himself badly. If he blinks in an awkward spot and gets himself in an angle where Stitches could just walk up and gorge him or hook gorge him, Gorge will prevent him from teleporting back to his shade, and that's an easy kill. But a good Mephisto, also you can, if you know where his shade is, you can hook as he's returning and get a free hook off on him. But good Mephistos will blink from out of vision, they'll keep their distance from Stitches. So, depends how good this Mephisto is. But yeah, your game plan is kind of just to run it down, keep pew-pewing, get your stacks, force people away, abuse Rhaegar's relative lack of healing, while you have Morales just sitting behind you, spraying you with the healing juice, and let Tassadar and Diva deal with all the waves. Alright, get into this.
You have no idea.
See how this goes. You were probably on camps when they spawn, just because Tassadar has much better wave clear. Keep that in mind.
Battle commencing in 10 seconds. 5, 1.
First wave all. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna put that out because so there's a couple different ways you can approach the first wave. The default that a lot of people like to do is I'll go mid for the first wave. A lot of people strongly misunderstand why that is. The idea if everyone goes mid, there's two reasons. One is you can look to get stacks, which is relevant for you because you're stacking auto attacks. And they're stacking on Rainer's side, but your stacks are better. They're also stacking Mephisto Q, which is actually relevant. Uh, Mephisto Q1, he wants to get that stacked ASAP. Valla is kind of fine even if she doesn't get stacks quickly. It's kind of just an inevitable thing. She's still fine even if she gets no stacks early, because it'll just happen at some point. Mephisto, however, with that build, if he's going Q build, before he gets his Q stacks, he's actually really weak. So there is an argument there that Mephisto stacks are worth more than your stacks, and denying him is worth more than powering you up. But then the other reason you would all go mid first is to get rotational advantage. If you all clear waves first, you can leave lane first, which means you get to second wave first and get to clear that. And as you're rotating there before the enemy team is, your tank, or if you have a Lucio or whoever, can sit over here-ish and interrupt rotations, slowing them down even more. And the goal there is that they then miss some soak over here. So those are the two reasons you usually would go mid first. But you can also split up first. If, for example, they have a better level 1, they have the stacks that you don't want to give them, or you just know that they're going to clear first anyway, and there's no point in fighting it, you can split off to lanes immediately. This is especially relevant for off lane, as for a couple reasons. If you're in a matchup that you don't win 1v1, so for D.Va, for example, D.Va versus Gazlo, in a straight up fight, Gazlo will beat her most times. If D.Va splits off, that means she gets to clear the wave, and she wants to double soak, if she wants to double soak, which it looks like she does. She can clear the wave before Gazlo gets there and leave, and then desync the rotations. So she's already rotating down while Gazlo's clearing this wave. She clears this wave, gets to rotate top, and then Gazlo doesn't have any time to fight her because he has to rotate down. They never sync up in a lane, so they never really get to trade. So Gazlo forfeits his better fighting power. Meanwhile, if you're Gazlo, the goal could be you go top, you get cryo in this wave, you get to clear it, and you also force D.Va to come to you. So you've cleared the wave, D.Va has to come to this wave, and you can sit here and trade with her. Or you could sort of sit in like this bush or this bush and try and catch her on rotation and get a trade immediately before even going into waves and put her at a health disadvantage. Lots of thought for the offlane matchup, but yeah, just in general, if you don't want to split up, you could just send Tassadar bottom too, if you know that they clear the wave quicker, which they don't. Tassadar should be able to clear wave fine, especially since Rainer's not Exterminator. You could get Tassadar down here to clear wave, so I don't know. Going mid for first wave isn't an awful idea. There's also a strong argument for not. It kind of just depends on how the team wants to play it. Sorry, random tangent that's probably not super relevant. Alright, go back a little. Let's see how you look at this. Gonna go full on to your POV here. You can step up more here. Yep. That's kind of what I figured. Let's get back over here. Yeah, Stitch just checks this bush, he sees people, you can walk up and hit them. Remember, you have a Morales behind you. Morales' healing early game is extremely strong. They will have a very hard time killing you through Morales. You can definitely just start stepping up and hitting people. You don't have to play nearly this scared. There's no threat on you. Like, again, the only way you get one shot, really, is if you either walk into something like super stupid, or especially with Morales near you, or you walk in front of a wall with Diablo and get wall banged. Random ship damage is not relevant for you at the moment. So yeah, you don't. As long as Stitches is in there, you can be in there hitting stuff. You do want to try and dodge Mephisto's lightning circle, by the way. The standard method to dodging that. I mean, you can either. Let me wait till he blinks in again. You can either walk out this way, away from him, but that can be difficult because he can also just walk with you and keep you in the circle. And which is kind of what he wants to do. He wants to blink it and keep going in to hit as many people as possible. The easier way, if you have the space, you can actually walk into him, forcing him to back up if he wants to keep you in the circle and putting him further away from your team. And he's probably not. Mephisto isn't usually expecting that. He's expecting people to try and run away. If you walk in, that might confuse him. You do want to deny those W hits as much as possible. Oh, that's a good wall. Good kill. Nice roll forward. I like it. Yeah, I like the aggression here. Just keep hitting. Remember to stutter step. You don't have to walk backward that much. Again, Diablo there has no threat on you. You can just keep hitting him. Like anytime you are in a fight as Valla, and you are not auto attacking on cooldown, is basically a misplay. Especially when you're not directly threatened there. Now, you did get some good stacks, but you are missing bot wave. So even though this was good for you in the stacks department, 23 stacks already, you missed bot wave, so it's automatically horrible. You missed like almost an entire wave here. Tassadar should be rotating. Alright, Stitches is rotating. You can step up and hit this Diablo. Again, you're not in front of a wall. He has no threat on you. Stutter step. Even though you don't need the stutter step here, again, it's good to get in the habit of it. Nah, you probably can't. Ah, good kill. Alright, should be on camps. You should have been on camps 10 seconds ago. Staying mid here is absolutely the wrong play. You're only mid if you need to clear a wave. And Tassadar has the wave clear. You have a camp that's been up for about almost 30 seconds now. It's just saying roughly the right thing. Alright, there you go. What is D.Va doing? Wait, why is D.Va down here? D.Va? D.Va? Alright. Wait, no, it's not about D.Va. If I remember correctly though, D.Va is someone you were playing with, so I forget who, but pass that along. Why were they bot? Alright, good fight here. Just keep pew-pewing. Morales dies, unfortunately. You can still pew-pew. As long as you have vision, you can pew-pew. Again, the only thing you really need to worry about is getting nice. That's what you need to worry about. You just need to position so you can't get wall banged. That is your lose condition. I'll have to look back and see who the D.Va was. I can give a little bit of advice to them as well. Mostly that they shouldn't really be double soaking and should not be really be leaving any bot waves unattended. Alright, what's happening up here? Nice. We're dying here though. Alright, you have Morales with full energy. You don't need to back. No need to back here. You have Morales, don't back. Stop backing. Morales just healed you to full and you backed anyway. You still had half mana, not relevant. You don't need to back. Yeah, D.Va is being bought here is like so weird. Yeah, you are doing what D.Va should be doing right now. Can you train? No, you can't train into Raynor yet. At 13, you can trade into Raynor. This is bad. At 13, you get really good lifesteal and you can trade into him, but right now Raynor has self-healing. It's too much for you. Yeah, you can't do that.
I need to pull back.
Alright, D.Va's back finally. For example, Raynor is a full 1,000 soak. Actually, no. More than a full 1,000 soak up over D.Va. Full 1,000 soak up over your highest, which is Tassadar. You can just stack off with Dragon Knight here. Again, the way this game should be played is D.Va holds top, can look to rotate mid and get some waves there if needed. D.Va is basically just a double soak bot at this point. Tassadar clears up any other waves. You fight where there's the most people and you just stack on them. So if everyone's bot, you go bot. Tassadar clears up mid. Between Tassadar or D.Va, clear up mid whenever that crashes. And you basically just do not move and keep hitting things. Do camps when they're up. Should be some kills here. Very good. Also, I should mention, now that you're post 4, Death Dealer, whenever you have the opportunity, just use Death Dealer for damage. This thing does illegal amounts of damage. I don't know how this talent is allowed. Like, you can vault right now. It'll do, like, probably 500 damage to that guy. Yeah, you see 455 damage to him. And it's on a 5-second cooldown right now. It says 10 seconds, but this reduces the cooldown by 5 seconds. And actually, it got reset there because you got a kill with it. Anyway, like, you can just, yeah. Right now, you don't have max hatred stack, so it's not as relevant, but there you go. That was a 250 crit, and you had, like, maybe 3 or 4 hatred stacks. Late game, this thing, unironically, will hit for, like, 1,000 crit damage. You can go for camp, Tassadar can clear this wave. You don't need to be hitting this wave. You can be with the camp with, Stitches. I mean, the instinct to clear the wave is good for a Storm League in general, but also if there's someone else clearing the wave, realize that you're not the one to do it. You can go somewhere else. If Tassadar is clearing wave, always just let him clear wave. He does it 20 times better than you. You have a million better things to be doing. All of them are hitting heroes than he does. Yeah, you need to get your mid here, unfortunately. Nah, you can't do this camp. You're missing a massive wave mid.
Choose a talent.
Look at that. Ah, you mistimed your ring a little bit. Nice. Alright, yeah, run him down here. Alright. Get back to this. Alright, so, actually, I missed this a little bit. Again. Alright, so, you see Mephisto blink in for some damage here. There he is. Alright, clear this. And like a second before, you should have stepped on this point and just rained over here, and then you get this point. Now they are here. Alright. Keep chasing the Mephisto. Alright. And now at this point when he starts channeling that, hit him with the rain. Interrupt that. Yeah, this is really troll of you. You absolutely could have killed both of them there. Both the Rhaegar and the Mephisto. You switched targets to the Rhaegar. You didn't interrupt the Mephisto drain, and then you stood here, didn't stutter step, just sort of AFK auto-attacked the Rhaegar while there's a Diablo over here waiting to wallbang you as soon as his Q's off cooldown. Like, you vault in, you vault onto the Mephisto, excellent. Your Morales is in trouble, but honestly, also look at that crit damage. That's insane. Morales is in trouble, but you can't save her. You can't kill this Diablo fast enough. You can kill both of these two, especially in a second when you get stim. Yep. So at this point, just right-click this Mephisto and don't stop. If you interrupt this guy, as soon as your E's up, you basically just kill him. He has... How much health does he have right now? 1,000 health at the moment. Another 500 crit. He's a quarter of that. couple more shots should kill him. He should die pretty quickly through stim. But yeah, you get off of him, and he is getting ancestral actually. I'm kind of blind, I didn't see that. So switching to the Rhaegar is valid. But switching to the Diablo is not. You do get the Rhaegar kill, but you die. You used too many auto attacks on Diablo, and I feel like you could have killed the Mephisto in time through the ancestral. I still think you tried. It is so if you rain here, no one gets on the point. Go for the Mephisto here. If you you switch off of him before the ancestral even goes off. You could have killed him before ancestral hit. There. Lesson there is stay on your target. Realize Diablo is not a kill target. You can kill Mephisto, then you can kill the Rhaegar. They get the point. It's whatever. You get 2 kills. And also don't stand still right here while Diablo can wallbang you. You want to like be stuttering either over to here, so he either be like stepping, if you're gonna hit the Diablo, step back over to here so he doesn't have an angle on you, or if you're hitting the Rhaegar, which you should have been, come on, you stepping back over to this way. Alright, let's fast forward through this.
Let us depart. Enough waiting. Let us depart.
Going mid, it's fine. Okay, so you're going up to gank the Rainer because Diva's complaining about him. Again, you can't trade into him yet though. Since you just missed both your abilities. You don't win this fight. You get the point a little bit, but that's not really relevant. You're not going to be able to get this thing. You honestly just should have gone for this mid wave, or you should have gone bot. Mid wave would have been better. Bot would have also been acceptable, but not as good because you'd miss mid wave. In the mid wave now, at least you're still up in XP here, just because of all your kills. All right. See it. Shoot that guy. Yep. Alright, missed your W. This is kind of awkward. You can't step up that far with no one else there. Alright, 13's a big power spike for you, because now you get your lifesteal, and the lifesteal is kind of insane. You have, like, your own healer all the time, basically. That is some control positioning. Stitches walks into the bush. Cool. You can stay... You can't hit anyone from right here, but walking through here is kind of bad because there's no room. Around here would be slightly better and give you some more space, because if you walk through here, Diablo gets a wallbang here. If you walk through here, Diablo gets a wallbang over here and puts himself in way more danger. And then walking even further forward is not necessary. Like from here, you can still hit the Diablo. You can even stand out here and hit him, even further out of danger. And there's a Gazla Bomb, immediately roll backwards here. Rolling forwards just gets you hit. Yeah, now you're in trouble. Not really, there's no damage follow-up, but you ate a lot of unnecessary damage. That is... And the positioning in general is not a good habit to get into. Good kill on Diablo, though. You see the Valla damage. Go farm stacks off this guy. DP him. You can be using your E for more damage on him too. There you go. Seam 612. Roll on him. Rain. Rain? Any rainers? If you rain, you kill him, I think. Rain is super late. You could have kept going through the fort. You have a morale ceiling, you have lifesteal. Roll out, nice. So, yeah, as soon as you roll in here, just drop a rain on him. Stun him, keep him there. Kill. You can roll to get more damage on this Mephisto. You do a bit later. You can go even further in and get these kills. You have Morales healing you, and you have your life steal. Morales has armor. You're actually really safe there. You need to turn on this Gazlo. You can't be hitting this turret. Turret does nothing. Gazlo is an actual threat. You stood in the Gazlo laser because you didn't stutter step, but that one's more minor than the rest. That's because you didn't rain.
The enemy has brought down your fort. Your fort has
Rain is 433 damage, by the way. It's not just a stun. I wasn't paying attention there.
overrun.
What happened? Because it doesn't look good? You lost a bunch of health or something? Just Rainer Q? Okay. Then you have Morales healing. You don't be afraid with Morales. Alright, good fight for you. They're hitting things. Press Rain at any time. Okay, you got him. You could have E'd onto him sooner. You're playing melee Valla here. You paid for the attack range when you picked a ranged assassin. Use the attack range. Cool. Yep. Keep running him down here. Nice. Really good. Get out of the APOC. Good positioning. Fantastic fight. There you go. It had a little bit of an awkward start, but that was exactly what Valla wants to do. Keep running him down. Keep spamming E. Death Dealer procs. Hot Pursuit. Move speed value. Running him down. This is interesting. There's a few different ways to go here. Tassadar wants to get value off these kills, which is a good instinct. This camp, I'd say, is not a great use of it. The issue is that all of your waves are pushed in. Top's pushed in, bot's pushed in. I believe Stitches is cleared mid, right? No, mid was there before. So the better thing would have been probably to push mid. But at the same time, you do need to clear top and bot. Eva has top, Tassadar should be bot, isn't bot, is on their camp. So what do you do here? And that's kind of a difficult question. I don't think what you did was bad. Going bot to clear is something that someone needs to do. There is also the argument, though, that you do need to leverage these kills you've got. Bot wave is not an imminent threat. It's homework that needs to be done, but you could potentially say it's worth skipping it to go get value with Tassadar and take this top camp. I don't think there's a correct answer here. I think probably what I would have done is go with Tassadar, but I think what you did here is valid as well. Or not even, actually probably what I've done is just stay mid and push mid and ping help with mid, like retreat off camp. Try and get actual building value instead of a camp. Alright, I guess, yeah, you're picking up those tiny whips. I thought you were going back to base for a second. I was gonna be very confused. Alright. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Taking these tower shots, unfortunate. I see, you can kill this guy. Honestly, if you ranged him sooner, you had a chance to kill. It's interesting. There's so far not many like general Valla tips, just general like gameplay tips. Yeah, most of what you're doing fundamentally is correct. So far, what I'd say is use Rain a lot more proactively and sooner. Use E more, but even then, you're not necessarily holding your E. I think you could be using it more with Death Dealer, but It's not like you're never using it. And like you're using rain too. Either of these things are massive. Um, Overall, I think you're playing pretty well so far. Actually, I also stutter step more in avoidability, so you have a million move speed from Hot Pursuit. Like what you're doing here is fine, just hitting whatever's in front, getting a bunch of damage out. Aw, unfortunate that almost hit. Drop Arenas. Aw, you tried. Okay. Bad timing, but you tried. I won't fault you for it. Alright, good. Yeah, keep running him down here. Damage, 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 damage. Yes! Yes! Fantastic. Kill that guy. This is illegal. He dies here. Pull out of the APOC, run him down. I would have kept running after Diablo. Okay. That just lands with the hook. That's killable. Volt after him. Volt after him. Follow him. What? Where you go? He's literally... Okay. You definitely could have killed him. So, yeah, that was... You had one of two kills there that you could have chased, and you got neither. That's a little unfortunate. What happened here? I would chase him into that bush because you know Diablo's not there. You know Raynor's not there. I think Gazlo just respawned, right? Or Gazlo's on that bot camp, I guess. Nice, you got the Gazlo here? Look at this lifesteal, by the way. Like, Valla's talents are so stupid. I mean, you could have killed the tank, too. Like, Valla just kills whoever she wants. You can Volt after him. Not under tower, though. What are you doing? Just leave. Okay, what's Diablo doing? Volt after him. Ah, if you land that Q and the Volt auto, he dies. You missed both, unfortunately. Interesting fact about Death Dealer, by the way. It's not actually the next auto you fire, it's the next auto that hits. So if there's an auto in the air and then you Volt, and you complete the Volt before that auto lands, that auto will be Death Dealer empowered. Kind of a niche fact, but it's actually relevant a surprising amount of the time.
Avenge my husband. Earn his power and destroy your enemies.
Nice. I would have rained a little earlier, but... Oh my god, wait, you're full stacks. Jeez. The good volley game. That guy dies. And you run him down here. Any stimmers? Is Stim on cooldown? Stim's on cooldown. But you used it a little earlier. You can outtrade this Rainer, by the way, with lifesteal. You don't need to be scared of him. You can run back in there. Now that you have 13, you outtrade Rainer. At least you should. I'd be surprised if you don't. Maybe paint him red actually changes things. I'm not actually sure. Bolt after him? Actually, no, you can't. There's a Diablo there. Nice, and now you have range, right? Excellent. Alright, GG. You can step up and hit the tower, by the way. With full Farflight range, you can outrange towers. It's kind of stupid. Sergeant Valla. Yeah, look at this attack range. Start hitting towers. You can do it. You're not playing at full range there. You're walking a little bit too far into range. It's a very tight window, but it's possible. Kill that Rainer. What are you doing? Wait. Rainer just walked into you. I mean, you get the Diablo, I suppose. That's good. And so just awkward positioning there. I think you're too focused on killing Diablo. This guy, like, absolutely can die. Yeah, so your positioning here is... So you turn on this guy. You need to start cutting backwards. Yeah. You kind of just get stuck there. It's really awkward. You're going for this guy, but you don't kill for the Rainer. You're going for the Diablo, but then you get in here and you go this way instead of this way into the Diablo, and then you kind of get stuck. The force wall kind of screws you a little bit, but you get hit by the explodium charge too. You have room to maneuver around it. For example, bot a little bit, and then you get hit by the grab and die because you get hit by the explodium charge. It's like minor positioning errors. You guys should still win this fight, though. That's unfortunate. Nice. Kill that guy. Sure. That's really awkward. That's your Morales. You need her. Oh, I thought that was gonna hit Mephisto for a second. That would have been insane if so. I mean, down here is kind of awkward. You're down 2 here. Absolutely do not want to take a team fight down Morales. You can do this, though. This is, like, perfectly safe, just, like, free damage. Don't roll in there. That's really bad. Oh, yeah, they're just not there. Never mind. Okay, they're kind of inting. Nice. Do you lose this? That's really unfortunate. If so. Surely you can defend this Dragon Knight. Surely you win this. You're 300 stack Valla. No way you lose. Pew 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 pew. You can press E on this thing again. Kind of afraid to use E. It's a lot like the Grey Main game I looked at actually. When you sorry. When you're not, your E has 2 uses with Death Dealer. And in general, but especially with Death Dealer. It's your escape and mobility tool that you can use to dodge stuff. And generally, but also especially with Death Dealer, it's a giant damage tool. So normally in teamfights, you have to make this decision. Do I want to use E for damage here, or do I think I'm going to need it soon, so I need to hold it? And will I end my positioning if I use it? Right here, when you're hitting the Dragon Knight, especially since this is a 5-second cooldown, the only real use is for damage. There's nothing you're going to need to dodge. You're just like hitting a giant ball of stats that doesn't fight back. You can use it for damage freely. It's not like Grayman, you know. When you have the ability to do more damage, if you're not threatened, do more damage. There's no downside to doing it. Use your E. Kill that Rainer. Nice. And keep E. Yep. Nice. And another E. Fantastic. Ooh. Good rain. You got pulled out of it, but I like the fact that you used it anyway. Because you can't really... Never really know the Stitches is going to throw a hook there. You could probably have guessed, but too much brain power. Fine to just throw E. Not really, or it's not really a waste. Alright, and you have these kills, what can you look to do with them? I would say probably you're looking to get mid fort down. Maybe you go for a keep as well. Bot camp I don't think is good yet. You really do want mid fort down here to even out control of mid. Like, where you're going is not correct. Your team is fighting mid and you're taking a camp at level 22. Like, this is a little bit troll. This is a lot of bit troll. What are you doing? So, what do you take camps to do? You take camps for XP, not relevant here. You're level 20. You take camps to get them off the map for the enemy team and to get an lane advantage to push with. It's level 20, past 20. XP is irrelevant. Pushing, taking him off the map for the other team, sure, maybe, but the priority is different here. So you're looking to push. You can take this camp. What's this camp gonna do? It's gonna go down bot lane. It's gonna go hit these walls. It's gonna maybe get some stuff. Probably it's going to get cleared before it gets there, unless you manage to kill everyone and zone them off the camp. However, you could just be pushing directly. Like you take the camps to push. If you can just push right now, it's always going to be better because you don't waste the time getting the camp. Your team's fighting, and you are the primary carry. You're the 300 stacks Valla with 100,000 damage, and you're not there. Now, unfortunately, they are kind of winning because Stitch has got a good hook gorge, but you being here is like Uber Troll. And fortunately, you realize this a little bit later. Never mind. No, this camp. Just go push mid. Crying. Honestly, even clearing bot wave would have been better than this camp. Because you're not even pushing with this camp. You're leaving. You're going to... Where are you going? You're going to mid. Wait. Wait, you're just going to mid. No, you're going top. Yeah, no, D.Va can deal with top. They're absolutely right. Again, team's fighting and you weren't there. Alright, Stim, get in there. Damage, 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 damage. Why are you running away? You're stimmed. You're stimmed. Where are you running to? You are stimmed. They have no healer. Run them down. You need to get out of that way earlier. Yeah. So, because you kind of backed up. They were able to just walk in and go on your Morales. Get hit by the Explodium charge. Can rain now. There you go. Nice. Yeah, but no, see, you don't need two people top. D.Va is enough to clear that. Yeah, Stitches is right. Alright, Stitches is clearing. You can clear this wave. Yeah, and what are you doing with these kills? It better be something good. Stitches is also correct. Yeah, but yeah, you only needed one person there. You can fight 4v4 with Tassadar. Even 3v4 there, I think you could have won if you were more aggressive and weren't backing up with the stem. They have no healer, just start hitting people in front. You have your 300 stacks. Where are you going here, by the way? Again, mid fort is like 10%. There's a team fight mid that you're not at. Trust the D.Va and Tassadar to clear waves. Unless there's literally something threatening your buildings and they're not there, trust D.Va or Tassadar to clear. You are 300 stacks, full build, Valla. You are an absolute menace. You should be continuing to be a menace. This wave is not important. Go kill people. There you go. If your team dies before you get there, it's your fault. Walk right into the Explodium charge. You're playing melee Valla. Kill the Gaslow. There you go. Run forward more. You have Morales on you. You have Stim. You have Lifesteal. You're basically invincible right now. Smelt the Diablo. Yep. There's no need to be running away. Like, continue fighting until Morales is out of energy. Morales is out of energy now. So weirdly enough, you're... Yeah, cool. Look at that, 1,000 damage crit. What is that? Oop. Valla, balanced champion. Please, God, go throw like a single auto attack on mid fort. Let's go Volt into mid fort. I do not care. There's no Diablo to punish you. There's no Grava Bomb to punish you. Please, just Volt into mid fort and kill it. I don't think you'd even need to Volt. I think literally one auto attack will hit it. Who cares about Fort Echo? There you go. 1,000 damage crit. What's going on bot here? That is unfortunate. You knew there was a Diablo there. Alright, cut away from him and you should be fine. Yeah.
I must retreat.
Probably should have gone top with team, honestly. Ooh, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, top with team is probably critical. Like, Weird, because you said later game you were just following your stitches around. This is not what you've been doing. You lose here, don't you? Yeah, you need to get out here. If you die, it's horrendous and you lose the game. You need to be DPSing the Dragon Knight. Take that tap and go, right-click Dragon Knight until it dies. Cool, Diablo's and Dragon Knight. That's actually ideal for you. There's basically no threat. Don't stand in the Explodium Charge. Good. Look how fast that thing melts. Don't stand in the Explodium Charge. Didn't need to use E there, but that's fine. You can step up. You have then you have lifesteal. Go kill that Rhaegar with your team. What's happening here? Is Rhaegar's not dying because you aren't hitting him? Yeah, it looks right. Target focus. Please. Alright. E past the Explodium Charge. Work on your sword stepping. You can E forward here. Nice. Until Explodium Charge. I would have hit the Rhaegar, not the Rainer. But that's fine. You're not losing here. Oh, that's huge. Kill that guy. Nice. Yeah, and you see how little Diablo care about Diablo here? You're losing top keep, but I think it's worth. As long as you end with these kills, it's worth. Alright, need to be ending. Running out of keep here. Yeah, no. It's not the correct call. Tassadar is respawning. You can end here. I think. It's debatable. You can definitely go for a keep if, like, Stitches still walls down. You outrange towers, though. I think at a point, like, Tassadar is respawning. You definitely get those kills and you run out of keep. You sacrifice top keep for those kills. Oh, no. Okay, cool. To go up further, though. Even further. You sacrifice top keep for these kills, so you better be getting value out of it, and you're not. You got those kills, you lost top keep, and you're going to take your siege camp. It's weird, because, I don't know, early game you were playing pretty well, but later game I could definitely see the macro mistakes coming through. You're not being aggressive enough, you're extremely strong, and you're not fighting people, and when you are fighting people, you're not getting permanent advantages out of it. You're killing them, and then you're going to go, like, take camps or clear waves. That mid-fort stayed up for 20 years too long. Shoot, you're on the wrong camp. Like, if you're dead, you can go invade their camp. Cool, keep hitting people. Get out of that APOC. Diablo dies if you keep hitting him. Instead, you're standing in Explodium Charges and dying. Alright. Yeah, I hope the micro mistakes there are obvious. You win that fight if you don't stand in literally everything. And you probably lose the game off of this.
Your core is under attack.
I assume they just run at mid and you lose. Yeah, it wasn't the ult that killed you though, it was the standing in the Explodium Charge. Yeah, we can go back and look at that fight. Alright. So you have to back out of this gravel bomb. Just back out of it normally. You don't back out of it, you stay too long and get to auto attack and you get caught in it. Afterwards, just hit this Diablo, max range, walk forward a little bit from the APOC. Yep, you use an auto attack on camp. And you get hit by this Explodium Charge. If we look at the death recap, took a bunch of damage from the siege camp actually. I didn't even see that. Yeah, 600 damage from the Explodium Charge. His ult does do a lot of damage, but only 51% of the damage you took. The standing in the Explodium Charge getting hit um, by the camp, getting hit by the grav, all that also contribute. Because again, if you don't win at one shot, you just lifesteal it up and you get Morales to heal you up. You have Stim, you have Morales pocketing you. You are, as long as you don't get one shot, you're invincible. All right, so yeah. Build, of course, is, fine, standard auto attack Valla build. Right, I wasn't paying too much attention yet. Death Dealer, Hot Pursuit, Rain, Tempered, Manticore, Firefly. Yep, fantastic. So your early game was pretty good. There were some times where you were splitting up to weird places. Remember, your goal here is just be a menace, hit people, let Tassadar or D.Va clear waves. As long as they're there. If no one's there, of course, go get the waves in the early game. But most of the time they were there, and you were just like clearing with them. Get the camps when they're up. You missed a bunch of camps. And then go hit people. Don't be scared to hit people. You have a Morales. They evaluate their threats. Their threats are you get caught in a grav, which you really should never be doing because you have Hot Pursuit, move speed, and your E. Your only real threat that you need to proactively position around is Diablo Charge. Interesting Diablo build, actually. You did get Diablo Charged a few times. You didn't position around, you positioned incorrectly around walls, but a lot of the time you were playing a little too passively and not pressing your advantage. Like you have Stim, you have Morales behind you. As long as you don't get wall charged, you're basically invincible. And then there were definitely good things you did though. Like a lot of these team fights were just won by you realizing you can just pew pew for free, pew pewing all over them, triple kill, Valla OP. Later game is I think where the problems started to arise, which I think is what you noticed too. You mentioned you didn't really know what to do macro wise. Later game, death timers are long. Kills have a lot more value because of death timers are long, but only if you use them correctly. And you are Valla, so your role is basically heightened. You're fully stacked Valla. You now really do not want to be hitting waves. You really want Tassadar or D.Va to be doing them because what you want to be doing is finding someone with a red outline and right-clicking them, and they will die. Then you find another person with a red outline and right-click them, etc., etc., and then suddenly the red team is all dead. And then this is where the other problem comes in. After you kill people, you want to push that advantage. You want to get buildings. Now, this is awkward because waves were not really managed properly on your team, and that means you are permanently pushed into. Still, though, it's doable if, Stitches goes and tank stuff. You can kill them. Morales can keep him up. A team wipe at level 20, 22, 23, whatever, you can legitimately, go right-click on buildings all the way to core. Doesn't really matter what's in your way. I think that's mostly the general advice. Oh yeah, in general fall advice too, use your E more aggressively with Death Dealer. Use your R more proactively. Just get that stun out. Also interrupt consume souls with it too. You want to do those. But for the most part, your Valla mechanics were good. Obviously there was some positioning errors, some melee Valla, some not charging the explodiums, but overall, there were definitely a lot of team fights where you played well. You just right-click people, they died, you win the game. And, you're not holding your R, your E too much, you could just be holding them even less. I think that is mostly it. Always, any questions, let me know, and good luck in your future games.